Welcome to Milak Online Tutorial. Now in this equation, let us solve for x. And it says that if 27 raised to the power of x equals the cube root of 3 raised to the power of the square root of x. Okay. Now before we start solving, let us take note of these rules. If you have the nth root of a in terms of exponent, this will give you a raised to the power of 1 over n. Alright? Now, if you have a raised to the power of m or raised to the power of n, this will give you a raised to the power of mn. Okay, so we will need to be applying this rule to the above equation so that we get the solution for x. Okay, now we have here 27 raised to the power of x equals, applying this rule to the right hand side here, we have 3 raised to the power of the square root of x or raised to the power of 1 over what? 3. Okay? Now applying the second rule here, which means the square root of x will multiply 1/3, which will give us the square root of x all over 3. So here we have 27 raised to the power of x equals 3 raised to the power of the square root of x all over what? 3. Okay. Now, since here we have a base of 3 and on the left hand side we have the base of 27, we can actually reduce 27 to a base of 3. So, and by so doing, we have 3 raised to the power of 3 or raised to the power of x equals 3 raised to the power of the square root of x all over 3. And that's because 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 times 3 is something as 3 raised to the power of what? 3. Okay. So applying the same rule here again, we have 3 raised to the power of 3x then equals 3 raised to the power of the square root of x all over 3. Now here, since we have a common base both on the right hand side and on the left hand side, it implies that the exponent, we need to equate them. So here we have that 3x will now be equals to the square root of x all over 3. Okay, so let us multiply both sides by 3 so that we can undo this denominator 3. So here we have 3 here, then 3 here. So this will eliminate this. Then here we are left with 9x then equals to the square root of x. Now for us to undo this square root, we need to square both sides. Raise both sides by 2. So raise this by 2, raise this by 2. And so doing, this square will undo this square root. And here we will have 81x squared. Because when we distribute 2 to 9 and x, so 9 raised to the power of 2 is 81, and x raised to the power of 2 is x raised to the power of 2. Then equals what? X. Now at this point, now let us not make the mistake of dividing both sides by x. Now this will eliminate one solution of x, because x here is a degree of 2, and because it's a degree of 2, then it will have 2 solutions. So let us equate the solution now to becoming 0. Here we have 81 x raised to the power of 2, then minus x equals what? 0. Now let us factor out x. So here we have x, we have 81x, then minus 1 all equals to 0. Now since here we have two product of two terms equals 0, it means each of the terms is equals to 0. So here x equals to 0 and 81x minus 1 equals to 0. Now since 81x equals to 0, that doesn't mean you have to plug that 0 here. No, you have to solve this one separately. So let us add 1 to both sides. Here we have 81x equals 1. So let's divide both sides by 81. So our x here equals what? 1 over what? 81. So the solution for x for this equation rather is 0 or 1 over 81. Final answer. Thank you and God bless you.